just brainstorming together, figuring out ways we can really make this artist where they need to be.
Just being on the other side of it, don't forget to media train the artists.
Yes. And that's something that when they do get the PR, we do as well.
And even if it's like a media training as just like, it's okay to talk in an interview. Like, that's very simple. You would think people know to come into an interview and talk, but artists will come in there and it's like, I'm not being interrogated, y'all are cops. Well, why are you here? Why did you want the interview? It doesn't do anything for you as an artist to have your publicist working to get all these brands and media outlets, and then the person gets there and there's no content for us on the media side.
Yeah, because we still have to maintain our relationships too.
And your artist has to earn the right to be enigmatic.
Yes.
That's an earned thing. You just can't come in like that.
Yeah, because a lot of times they do come in like, hey, can you do this favor for us? As far as the artist, you know this person. Hey, you know Shirley, get that interview. It's like, you still have to do the work. You still have to have a brand because it's still her reputation on the line as well.
And sometimes on the media side, the last thing, we'll do the favor and be like, okay, this is a homegirl. I know that her artists are normally like headed to like forward thinking, right? Headed to like amazing places because her team does good work. But again, if I put that word in and then your artist, we had someone on TMZ Live before and I was just like, you're not going to talk at all, you're live. And it was just like, never again am I doing this because I have to still go to work. She has a job that she needs to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to make sense. So it's a combination of everything. Yeah, other questions up front.
Hi everybody, thank you for being here. My name is Lottie, I'm a songwriter, Nigerian, from New York, living in LA. And my question is about compensation. Because we work as creatives being in this industry, a lot of times you're starting out grinding, doing stuff for free. But at some point you have to like know your worth, and if you can kind of give, it could be anecdotal, but maybe talking about knowing when you should be asking for money, being able to leverage how much that should be, depending on like the client or the situation or anything like that.
I feel like I'm still struggling with that, honestly. As a freelance writer, I don't make a lot, and I think people always ask me, why do you work so hard? Because I have to. I live downtown. I need like 6 different sources of income. But yeah, I don't know.
I think well, one thing that I have learned is like knowing your worth is also knowing when you're asking for too damn much. So it's about figuring out that kind of like sweet spot. The one thing that I've done, and I don't know what your tribe is looking like or if they do, the same work as you as an artist, but we talk numbers. We might not talk the exact number, but we talk ranges, right? So as a collective, like we're all moving in the same range, and that has helped out because there have been a lot of times where it's been like me and somebody else going after a job, and I went in there asking for 5 G's, and they went in there asking for 1,500. And then on the back end of that, we talking about like, yo, what range was you in? And I'm like, well, I was in the 4 to 6 range. What range are you in? And they were like, oh, 1,500 to 3. That's crazy, because we're in essence doing the same job, and a lot of times they have more followers than me, or like all of those kind of like things, right? So I do think it's about having conversations with people who are kind of like in your community. And again, you don't have to tell people exactly what you're making if you don't want to go there. Give ranges, talk ranges. That's how communities, I feel like my tribe has been able to collectively boss up together because we're having that conversation about ranges.
I agree with that too. However, sometimes people lie. So I think it might be beneficial for you to just think about where you came from and where you want to be, and make sure that each new job that you get, you're elevating yourself monetarily so that you're not staying in that same place that you were and receiving the same thing. You know that your work is growing. You know that you're evolving as a creative, in no matter what field you do, whether it's a one-off job or whether it's a salary position. Always elevate yourself and ask. Of course, don't get crazy. Be realistic about what you feel like you can bring to the table and what you feel like that's worth, but never be afraid, because a closed mouth never gets fed. And it's as cliche as it is, but that is the hard truth. You have to open your mouth, you have to ask for what you want, and you have to be realistic. And whatever, if you get that, bust your ass and make sure they know that they're paying you for a reason.
Right. And I would also add to be consistent with your pricing, because that's another thing I do is I talk to people that hire, if I'm hiring talent or something like that, I'm like, how much did you pay her? How much did you do that? And a lot of times that kind of looks as if you're all over the place. And this is even with freelancers. Like, and I used to live that freelance life too. We think about bills. In short term, we don't think about the long term play. So also keep that into consideration, because once you kind of set that price, have some consistency with all of your clients. I mean, granted, there'll be some people that you know have a crazy budget because you got inside scoop and you can ask for double, triple scale. But I just think consistency goes a long way.
All right, guys, I gotta wrap it up now. Give it up for the panel. Thank you for the questions.